Following the Raiders' loss to the Chiefs last night, Las Vegas wide receiver Davante Adams seen here shoving a credential worker of the media to the ground as Davante walked to the tunnel. Here's what he had to say after the incident.
Ran, jumped in front of me. We were coming off the field, and I bumped into him and kind of pushed him, and then he ended up on the ground. So I want to say sorry to him for that, because that was just frustration mixed with him running and literally just running in front of me, and that was shouldn't have responded that way. But that's how I initially responded. So I want to apologize to him for that.
This morning, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting Adams could face a suspension for that shove, and now TMZ saying the credential worker has filed a police report against Adams. Shannon, a lot to unpack here. What's your reaction?
Filed a police report and said he was injured during the incident and had to go to the hospital.
You predicted that.
What'd I tell you?
Yep.
Happens every time.
Yep.
I hate that Davante put himself in this situation. I understand the frustration, and sometimes when the emotions are high, logic is low. But you can't do this. You just can't. You just can't. And I know, having played this game for a long time, Skip, that you lose, especially a game like this, that you lose and you were right there. You were so close. You had a 17-point lead. You fight your way back, and it seems like we're lining up, and we're going to put ourselves in position to kick a game-winning field goal. We're going to go home, go into the bye week, 2-3, which is a lot better than 1-4.
Yep.
But lo and behold, and then we collide, me and Hunter Renfrow, we collide. On national TV, how embarrassing is that to see two on a fourth down collide like that? But it's just, he's frustrated. The season is not going the way he anticipated. I come home, I got the big money, but I'm playing with my boy. And I expected my numbers to be better than what they are. He's only caught 54% of his targets this year. The last 2 years, he was 75%.
That's unbelievably off. Yep.
So you can see the connection.
Yep.
Skip, you have to understand, the last time he played they were different people. The last time he played with Derek Carr, he had built up a tremendous relationship. The quarterback-wide receiver relationship, Skip, there's nothing like it. It's almost telepathic. I already know. That's the coverage. Oh, I already know what he's going to do. I know how he's going to throw the ball. I know where I need to be. True. And they do not have that connection just yet.
I told you there were two back shoulders last night where I said, they're not even on the same page yet.
Right. And Jen mentioned the possible suspension. I don't see suspension. Maybe they're like, we need to send a message about this because we don't want guys to be upset and start shoving people down. I don't think that's going to be the case. But I just knew a lawsuit was going to potentially come because it happened to me, Skip. I bumped into a guy in Denver, Colorado, Skip. Never forget it. I did Skip, I just broke he had his license plate was in a little flight. I broke that. Basically $200. And once
you bumped into your car.
From the we was at the light.
Yeah.
And the tow truck driver was at the 7-Eleven. Never forget. And he came over there and he's like, hey, Shannon Sharp, how you doing, man? You okay? And the guy had no idea who I was at first.
Whoops.
The moment that joker said Shannon Sharp, Skip, the joker dropped to both knees and grabbed his neck in the middle of the road on Colorado Boulevard. I said, come on, man. Sue me. I had to fight the thing for like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And then he talking about, well, if you give me 2 jerseys and 2 helmets signed, we can forget. I said, I ain't give you nothing because you lied. But I knew this was coming. Davante's probably going to nick you in the pocket, probably going to cost you $150,000.
It might.
But that's a very expensive shove that you did, bro.
It's gaining so much attention because it was Monday Night Football. It might cost him a game because the NFL might feel backed into a corner like we have to do something to say no.
Remember what we said, Skip, about video? Video changes things.
Video.
See, if Skip, Davante pushed me down. Maybe Davante says, no, I was running by and I bumped him. I apologize. But video changes things.
Yeah, and maybe if they were playing Jacksonville on late Sunday afternoon, nobody would care that much.
Right.
This is Monday night at Arrowhead against your arch rival. It's just a big deal. Mm-hmm. I can't defend the action, but I'm going to try to put it in some perspective because you know him a little bit.
I do.
I get the vibe, the feeling he's a decent guy.
Yeah.
And yet this decent guy played a little under the radar in Aaron Rodgers' shadow in Green Bay. And the onus wasn't on him. It was always on Aaron. Whatever blame there was to be doled out after a big loss, especially a playoff loss, nobody said it was Davante's fault. It's going to be Aaron's fault.
Correct.
All of a sudden, he left, for the money and for Las Vegas and became the face of the franchise, superseding even his college teammate, Derek Carr.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, they get off cold and they have chances to win games. They could be 5-0. They could at least be 4-1.
Yes.
And they're not. And after they blew a game late at Tennessee, he took it upon himself, according to ESPN last night, to address the team about how we all have to be more accountable for our individual actions on the field. He's
Correct.
talking about.
Yes.
And he's trying to assume team leadership. And then all of a sudden, in a Monday night game against the Kansas City Chiefs, at the end of the game, he's going to have to be real accountable for his own actions.
Yep.
Because can we see the third down play if we could? This is the play of the game to me. And I thought Derek Carr made a pretty good throw.
No, it was a great throw. No. Davante got to make this. He knows that.
You just have to secure the football on the fly. This is the one that changed the game because it brought about a 4th and 1. If you can handle that cleanly, if you can catch it on your first try instead of your second try, you're going to get your feet in bounds. Mm-hmm. And they didn't. And all of a sudden, that gives them a 1st and 10 at 39. They've already got a 57-yard field goal, which I think Carlson is capable of making, and they still have 41 seconds left. They could have run Jacobs a couple of times and turned it into a 50-yard field goal and leave almost no time for Mahomes.
Right.
So it was the play unmade of the night, and it brings up 4th and 1, and it's, as you call it, a bomb blitz, and the blitzer comes completely free in Derek Carr's face. If we can see the final play, and incredible development. Davante and Hunter Renfrow collide on the route. I've never seen anything like this before. These are two players with high football intelligence, both of them. They really know how to run routes and play football. And that happened? What are we doing? What an embarrassing way. What a humiliating way to end a Monday Night Football game at Arrowhead.
Well, I'm glad they didn't call roughing the passer because the 32 came through there and shoved shoved him down.
No, I got it.
I think Kansas City might have rioted. They called a roughing the passer on that one, especially after what had happened
It
to
might
Chris
have been
Jones.
right. I would agree. But the point is, he lost it on the sideline after the game and fired his helmet into the turf, and now he's boiled completely over because now he's the team leader, the face of the franchise. And by the way, he had 7 targets last night and caught 3 of them. Now, 2 of them were for big gain touchdowns.
Well, Skip, and he got 2 pass interferences. That was for another 48
That's
yards.
Another good point. But still, the stats say he caught only 3 balls out of 7. Well, now we're below 50%, and we're still on that same pace, which is pretty ugly for Davante
I think the thing,
Adams.
Skip, look, the touchdown, they just have to get on a better rapport because a lot of times it's just he and Aaron. Aaron just raise up and throw him a hot route or throw him a slant route or the back shoulder. They didn't miss on the back shoulder.
No.
And whether it was in the red zone, whether it was in the field, they didn't miss on the back shoulder. And right now, he and Derek Carr can't seem to connect on the back shoulder.
It's just weird to me.
It is. I mean, you like, okay, well.
Heck, I remember early Davante at Jerry World against
Lewis.
Jordan Lewis. Yeah, remember they go to him once in the red zone and he missed it. He said, just do it again. Because Jordan Lewis is like 5'9".
Right.
Oh, we got this.
Right.
And that was the first time I really noticed him.
Yes.
Like,
that was my first time.
He's going to be a monster.
Yes.
And he is a monster.
Yeah. But you can't. I understand the frustration, but you can't. You cannot do that. I mean, now,
Whew.
Guys, the reports say this gentleman went to police at Arrowhead Stadium immediately after the shove and that they are investigating and possible charges could be coming down the line. All right, let's move on to a different topic. Lakers fans, how worried should they be about how this organization is running right now? Shannon, I need your take. That's coming up next right here on Undisputed.